Okay, so here is the modern Enlightenment prerequisites, and the way I've done it is I've made a list of, for the body, the heart, mind, and financial, what the essentials are. I consider the essentials to be, and then I have the preferred, and I'll do that in a separate segment. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go through it just in case. So as far as the body is concerned, essentially you must have reached puberty. You must be pain-free, mostly pain-free, chronic pain-free. You need to have sight and hearing in order to become enlightened. And you need to either pass the scratch test or be at your end of your life. So end of life is pretty straightforward. You have a terminal disease, you're down to your last days, weeks, months, and there's nothing left to do, so you're dying. So this is an amazing opportunity for people to become enlightened. Or the scratch test. The scratch test is quite simple. You have a scratch or a little cut anywhere on your body, and if you just clean it, wash it, put a antibiotic ointment on it, it should heal within a few days. And if it does, it means your cells are alive and want to be alive, and it means for the most part your entire body wants to be alive. If you have a cut or a scratch that doesn't heal, then of course you should go see a doctor because the integrity of your body is compromised. You need to be poison and toxin free, which ties into this, so unless you have so many poisons and toxins that you're dying. But it is the body that needs to awaken, so basically poison and toxin free. You need to be a sensual body. You through your senses, you feel through your senses. Drugs, medications, tobacco, alcohol abuse free, junk food free. You need to be a body that is clean and likes to cook for yourself and take care of yourself. Healthy, fit, and sexy, sensitive, and intuitive. These are the basic essential requirements. They're not in any particular order, but you do need all of these. Your heart, essentially, you either need to be, if you're single, you need to be unattached, and if you're a couple, you need to be fully committed, because it's not really, I don't see how, if there's a couple, that if one person wants to awaken or is ready to awaken, if the other one doesn't, I'm not sure how that would work out. I don't think that would work out. Emotional wellness. You need to be in a state of emotional wellness, so read the book. Trusting, open-hearted person. Your mind, essentially, you need to be able to stop and reboot your mind. You need to be able to think in English. Now, there are other languages out there in which people have become enlightened, like Hindi and certain Chinese languages, Japanese, maybe German. I don't know many languages that just by themselves. But if you can, whatever language you have, if you can also think in English, you're okay. Osho's work, I simply don't see how somebody can become enlightened today in the world of today without being able to read and study Osho's work. Freedom from porn, gambling, video games, TV, only way to get your mind off. Open-minded, a life learner, free of spiritual, philosophical, religious dogma, otherwise it just keeps your mind running. Values, freedom has to be the highest value, because you need to ultimately be able to be free from your mind. You need to be an explorer, because you're going to have to explore parts of your unconscious. Meditative, which means you need to have some sort of meditation practice, active meditations, passive meditations, that in conjunction with being able to stop and reboot your mind will get you going. You need to be a black sheep, a nonconformist, out of the box, like I say up here, and a loner. You need to be able to enjoy being alone. And a doubter. You need to be able to doubt, especially your mind. Your mind needs to be able to doubt itself. And innocence. And by innocent, I mean not cunning, because people who are cunning are in survival mode, and you don't get out by being cunning out of the box. And Tao, the Tao, understanding the flow of the Tao is essential. And then financially, essentially you need to have financial freedom. And if you're burdened with debt, if you're burdened with responsibilities, it's not going to happen. That's the essentials. And now I'm going to move up to the preferred. And by that I mean you have all of these essentials, and then as many of these as you have. As a matter of fact, it would be preferable to be able to have all of these. So a body that has its own yoga practice, that knows how to fight, especially in martial arts. A body that dances, is a dancer, and you swim or you surf or you dive or all of the above. You like to drive, ride, sail, fly. You're an active physical body that runs, jumps, climbs, slides. You have a preference for organic, natural, yummy foods, and Tantra is a definite gateway for awakening. As far as the heart is concerned, apart from all of the characteristics of the essential characteristic, it really makes a huge difference to be not just a loving person, but a polyamorous person, a person that can have many lovers and can hold many lovers at once. Makes a huge difference. Now, of course, if you're in a committed relationship, this isn't a necessary component. But being in a committed relationship that is openly polyamorous and loving will be a huge plus in the awakening process. Mentally, apart from all of these essential characteristics, the preferred characteristics are that you're agnostic. Being agnostic opens the mind up the most. Being theist or atheistic, they're both belief systems. Agnostic is the only one that allows you to be open to whatever is out there. You simply don't know. Multilingual, multiple languages give you a lot of headway and room for getting out of the box of your mind, which tie in with being multicultural and multinational. Having a mind that's scientific or artistic, preferably both. Having studied NLP and hypnotherapy, being a practitioner will allow you to do it on yourself. Psychonaut, using psychoactive medicines will make a huge difference. Having an affinity for Zen, which is really the combination, the synthesis of Taoism and Buddhism, and Buddha's teaching, Buddha consciousness. Zen gives you a full range mind. Non-political. Politics is the most unconscious human animal behavior. Being a rebel and being creative are also practically essential components, definitely preferred components. And then as far as money is concerned, preferably you're thriving. So these will be the essential and preferred pre-requirements for modern enlightenment.